welcome. We accidentally did a break. So my brother came in and like, yeah. And we just was like, okay, well, here's our break. We're going to clean up for a little bit and do it. So we're back. She changed into a sweater because she's cold. It's Hello Kitty, y'all. So I was saying we have mutual respect for each other, and that's why we're like able to hang around each other. Because obviously, I feel like if you hung around the same people, we do. Humans naturally hang around people that have the same interests in them.
Yeah, like, you know, like, oh my gosh, he likes this and blah, blah, blah. Especially, you know, you're also attracted to that. You know, like, oh my gosh, he likes Spider-Man?
I like Spider-Man. Wait, because why are we kind of twinning?
I'm about to marry this dude.
Okay, I take back what I said.
Whoa! But, like, yeah. But
I feel like that's also the thing that sucks. Like,
boring. I feel like for me that's boring. I wouldn't want to be friends with someone exactly like me or like close to being me because you have like
most of the time I don't get along around.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, if they're exactly like you, you're gonna hate them because
especially if you don't have a good
image of yourself.
Yeah. So if you don't like yourself, you're not gonna like someone like you because like that's just like getting slapped in the face of who you really are.
Yeah. And I feel like that's why we always say opposites attract.
Yeah.
Because it's true. But also opposites attract if you're able to have mutual respect for each other. Because if we didn't have mutual respect, I would be like, get the fuck, you don't believe in God? Get the fuck away from me. Or something like that. Like, oh, you don't like anime? Ew, get away from me. No, random shit like that, which is stupid. That's a stupid reason to not hang out. Like, to be like, you don't believe in God? Get away from me. Like, that's so dumb. Just because they don't believe in, like, a God or whatever. Because, yeah, I believe in God, but I also believe in so much other things.
Yeah.
I believe in a little bit of everything. Because there's so much proof in a little bit of everything.
Like, in some, that shit and all that shit. Especially, like, you know, a lot of shit, you know, doesn't have to deal with religion or some shit. You know, some people make everything about religion, which I don't agree with.
Because I feel like religion isn't everything. I don't want to offend anyone who is religious. Like, I'm not saying being religious is a bad thing. You just gotta know how to respect other people's choices
and opinions.
Because I am, what am I? I'm Catholic. I am a Catholic. She's a Catholic. The thing is, I'm a Catholic because I was born into being a Catholic. I really has never really been like shown other religions. 1 and 2, I was just born into it. So it's like,
you know, if people ask me like before where I didn't even understand like religion or any of that shit. So when people would be like, "So what do you believe in?" and like, what's your religion and all that, I just be like, Catholic, you know. And I didn't know, like, honestly, I didn't know it was part of like that's another like a branch of Christianity. Yeah, I didn't know that because you know I wasn't forced into being Catholic. Like my brother, he doesn't, you know.
I wasn't forced into being a Catholic because I'm not baptized. My dad is baptized, but he was like, I'm not gonna baptize my kids because they don't understand. Which I was luckily blessed, but most kids are baptized at a young age that they don't really know that they've been baptized. Because in 50 years, what if they don't even want to be a Catholic or a Christian or whatever?
Yeah.
Because apparently, did you know Catholics don't believe in abortions?
I didn't know that. See, I don't know a lot about.
Apparently, I was watching the show with my mom, and they were like, this girl was pregnant. This teenager was pregnant. She's like, I might get an abortion. And then her friend was like, well, I'm Catholic, so I can't support you on that. And I was like, Mom, we don't believe in abortion. She's like, yeah, I don't believe in abortions, but to an extent, if you were having sex with your boyfriend, you know the caution, so you shouldn't be able to have an abortion. But if you were raped or sexually assaulted, then you should be able to not live with that kid. But my mom's like, but if you are a teenager and you were having unprotected sex, that's your fault.
That's on you.
There's
I believe in that.
There's adoption and all of that. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. Because I'm like, yeah, you're right.
That's why I feel like, didn't they like ban abortion like all the way in Texas? Yeah, that's why I feel like abortion should still be an option. Because, bro, there's people who get sexually assaulted, raped, or any of that, and at the end of the day, if you're forced to have that child, they're gonna be born into a world, you know.
Especially because most of the time when you're raped, you're gonna take that anger on your
child. Especially, it's gonna remind you of that time. You don't want to remember that. You don't remember that shit.
No one would want to
and
remember.
Then that child's gonna feel resented and all that. Like they're gonna feel like it's their fault because.
Oh shit! Because I was born. But like, they're like, oh, we're trying to protect these kids. You're not protecting them. You're actually making them being born into a family that they don't want. And this is why we have moms killing their kids. This is why some of them end up in rivers. They get beaten, or they have to be taken by CPS.
And there's so many, bro. The fact that I don't think like you should know, like as a teenager, you should know like the right precautions, even especially if
it's taught to us. It's taught to us.
I don't know if they still have sex ed classes.
I don't know either, cause
I feel like there should be.
Yeah, there should, like, because not
teenager, you know, you have.
I feel like they don't realize not every kid is blessed enough with parents that teach them. Here's what a condom is. Yeah. Here's what pills are. Plan B and whatever. I don't know. What are they called? Birth control.
Yeah, birth control.
Here's birth control. You need take this. Or here's condoms. Do this. But the thing is, I was raised that way because I had a teen mom.
Yeah.
So I was taught. Look,
I had to learn that shit on my own. Like my mom never taught me that because, like, you know, she would never expect me. Because I feel like even if you would never expect your child to do it,
you should still teach them.
Yeah. So I learned all that shit on my own.
Luckily, me, because I had a teen mom who has a very traumatic childhood. Yeah. She was very open. She was taught with us.
Everything she wasn't taught as a young child.
But the thing is, I was also not taught certain things. Yeah. So it's just a little bit of how you were raised. You're gonna teach your kids that, which I understand. Or like what you didn't learn back then, you're gonna teach your kids now. Yeah. Cause like I'm sorry, my mom, like, she works with pre-Ks and she was like, these kids, they don't know their proper body parts. I'm like, well, I was taught that at a young age. I knew what my girl parts were called.
Yeah. I had like in 4th grade. I don't know if they still have this, but in 4th grade they already had like videos teaching you about this. And you remember 5th grade when they
when they pulled us into that room,
and even though
I didn't want to go, but it's because I already knew what was going on. Like, I don't want to go learn about that with a whole bunch of other girls. At the same time, it's a good thing. But being that I knew what it was, I'm like, I don't want to relearn what a period is, bro. I already know.
Like, even if you're like, you guys are immature, at least you know.
Yeah.
You know, even if you joke about it, at least you know your body part.
Yeah. But the thing is, I feel like you should. I was taught it in kindergarten. I already knew all my body parts because apparently this little boy. This is kindergartner. I would like to remind you that.
Yeah.
My mom told me about this story. She's like, this little boy hit this girl's butt, but she was talking like, he touched my bum, and it's like, but like how, like what, you know, like my mom couldn't understand because they were taught these like cute terms.
Yeah.
And my mom's like, these parents need to teach their kids the proper term. Because us adults, we don't understand what they mean. Because obviously I'm like, kitty, they're like, they touched my kitty. Like, you're gonna know, but it's also at the same time, you can't really
I don't know what you're really saying. You know, even if it's like inappropriate for their age, I feel like you should tell them like when it's
With
appropriate
how
and when
fucked
it's
up
not
this world is, it's not inappropriate anymore.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, it depends on how they use it. That's also where it becomes inappropriate when guys are like, "Damn, she got a fat ass." That's when it becomes inappropriate. But when it comes appropriate, it's like he touched my ass, like he literally grabbed it. But you're not gonna hear that from a kindergartner because they're like, What's that? I know what a bum is, or what they used to have these cute words back in crisscross applesauce. Yeah, cute words like those.
Cute words, like I think as a little kid, you should still know those little cute terms. But I feel like at the same time, you should be taught proper mannerism too, and like common sense. You should be taught common sense. I so strong in common sense, bruh.
Common sense. I love this saying from my mom's like, common sense ain't so common anymore, because it's true. Like,
you should have enough common sense to like
I will
teach you.
Yeah, to teach your kids, one, and two, like if I open a door and I see someone behind me, I'm gonna keep it open until they grab it, or I'm gonna hold it open for them.
Yeah.
It's common sense.
Yeah.
But these motherfuckers just walk out and don't even hold the door, and then it slams in my face. Yeah. I'm like,
bro,
bitch,
you're not gonna like. Even if, bro, it's so awkward when like you're holding the door for someone and they're still like far away. I still do that shit.
I do it. I'm like,
my mom already be walking. I still hold it for them, and they be like, "Thank you," and blah blah. Like I don't mind because I was taught proper manners.
Because I was taught like how a guy should treat a girl and how this and this, but also and like guys supposed to hold the door open for you.
Yeah.
But nowadays, motherfuckers just be like,
you have like these podcasts that are like their whole thing is on disrespecting women. Bro, common sense, respect people, even if you're a man, woman, or blah blah blah. But
in general,
disrespecting me, I'm gonna disrespect you. That's common sense.
Yeah, I'm literally, since you were pre-K, treat people how you would treat yourself.
You were taught kindness, like no matter what, you was taught kindness.
I was in kindness club
worldwide. Yeah, they had a kindness club. That's why I was in it too.
I love kindness club.
That's what I'm saying. You was taught kindness. How are you gonna disrespect a woman, especially if your mama pushed you out? Like I get it if you have a hard time with your mother, but like you don't know this woman. Why are you disrespecting a woman or this person or man, whatever?
The thing of masculinity. Masculinity plays a huge part in the way these men are. Yeah, but the thing is, these boys, not men. Yeah, these boys were taught to be masculine. Women, stay your asses at home. I do all the work. Yeah. No, we're in 2000.
Yeah, we're in 2023, bro. Bro, you can be a man and like be a stay-at-home
dad.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. The woman can make. And I feel like that should be like common sense, like gender, blah blah blah. Like I get it, like in I can't fucking say
society.
In society, I get it. Like maybe men are like better at this than women. I get that. Like I get that. But if you want,
I do believe that. Well, it's not that I believe; it's scientific fact. Yeah, men are stronger than women, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. But women can work just as hard as y'all, if not stronger.
If they they just need to put in like a little extra work.
Yeah, we do have to put in extra work to do that. And I mean, we've been putting in extra work since ancestors because they had to fight for our rights.
Yeah.
The thing, but men don't think, we think emotions.
Yeah, and they think like I'm pretty sure it's scientifically proven that like men and women don't think the same.
Because women they're gonna think about your feelings, but they're still gonna do what's right for them. Yeah. Men aren't gonna think what I say goes. That's just how it is, sadly, unless you were raised by a mom. I truly believe if men come out better when they were raised just by their mom. Not saying all guys like who are dads. It depends on how the dads raised them. If you're raised by a masculine dad, like we live in South, we live in Texas, we live in Southern Texas. Obviously, we be seeing white people and who are really, my wife goes home, stays home, takes care of the kids. She does the cooking, the cleaning. Good for you.
Good for you.
But I'm not gonna do that.
That's bro. I swear, boys I talked to in the past, they had a problem with me being like, yo, I don't want to be a at home wife or mom. I want to be outside working. I don't care.
I want my own money. I want to be, because the thing is, the men or the boys who are like stay as at home are also the people who are like, you can spend that money. You're not working for it.
I hate being controlled in general. Don't think you're the boss of me unless you're like my fucking mom. My mom gets to tell me like, hey,
my
blah
mom,
blah blah, because that's my mama, you know.
She's adult. I believe
she knows better, you know. And for the most part, she knows better. She's been on this earth way longer than me. She's been through a whole lot of shit. So like, of course,
I'm gonna trust my mom's opinion.
I'm gonna trust my mom.
But if you're the same age as me, don't talk to me with this level of disrespect. Like, especially, you know better.
Some random man I met 6 months ago. I don't care if it's my boyfriend, friend, or any of that shit. You're not gonna tell me and
stay my ass out. Yeah. No,
you're not gonna tell me act like I only have like one choice.
Luckily, I was born into a Tex-Mex family, like a Mexican family, but also a Mexican family that's more common in this age, being that I'm second generation. My parents were the first generation to be in Texas. Mm-hmm. But because I'm second generation, they already learned. So I wasn't born, because if that was a bad cutoff, I'm sorry. It just happened. Anyways, like I was saying, because I'm second generation to be born in Texas, like in US, because my dad was the first one to be born in US. But I wasn't born in the family where my mom was literally stay at home and don't go to work. Because my mom was like, man, I wish I would have stayed home and not go to work. My dad's like, you ain't quitting. You better take your butt to work. We gotta make that money. And it's funny, but also because I was raised in that, I was able to say, my mom and dad raised me to be like, you gotta do this, you gotta do this. Like, if you want something in life, you can do it. You can work for it. Yeah. You don't need nobody to work for you.
You don't need to depend. I was also taught, like, don't depend on shit. Don't do that. You have to work for yourself, because at the end of the day, all you have is yourself.
You're the only one to have your back.
Yeah. So even if this person leave you and blah blah blah, at least you're stable enough to take care of yourself. And I believe that, because if my man left me and then I'm depending on his money, where am I gonna go?
Yeah, you're homeless.
Especially if I have kids.
You're homeless. You're homeless. You don't got nothing, because if your man was like, stay your ass at home, and then he leaves you, he ain't gonna be like, here's money.
Especially if he's a fucked up person. He's like, at the end of the day,
you left your kids.
So you need to have your own money. You need to be able to take care of yourself. If you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of kids.
Yeah. My cousin, my tia stays at home, and my Theo works. So she was raised in a different household like me, because she's actually the first generation here. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure you know who I'm talking about now. Yeah. But being that she wants to work because she doesn't want to be at home, but also at the same time she does. She doesn't mind being one of those stay-at-home moms. Mm-hmm. Which, me being me, I'm like, girl, you have fun with that. Mm-hmm. But then at the same time, she doesn't like being controlled. So it's like, pick your battle. You're gonna lose one thing.
Yeah. If you have your own shit, your own money, your own place,
your own car,
a man or woman can't tell you shit. You have your own shit. You can
like your own even stuff. If y'all, like, let's say y'all move in together, he leaves you. Okay, let me go get a hotel, and then I'll start looking at houses because you have your own money.
Yeah, especially if don't let a man live with you unless he's paying rent. But I'm just saying, if he lives with you,
I mean, do y'all? But like,
if he lives with you, you can kick him out anytime. He does you wrong. Especially men be cheating in your own fucking bed.
That has to be some level of disrespect. I'm just saying.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Common sense and mannerism should be taught. Like, that should be like high thing. because like you should have enough common sense to break up with your partner.
Yes, I don't understand cheating, but also at the same time,
ooh, I was about to say me too.
Sure, okay.
Oh, you can say your point of view. I'm gonna say mine.
This coming from
coming from a person
who did. But she regrets it. She regrets it. She regrets the person she did it. She was in a fucked up place when she did it. Personally, being that I have never cheated, but I've never had a boyfriend. I would like to put that out there. Never been cheated on. Never had a boyfriend or a girlfriend. I feel like you should be able to know you don't like that person anymore if you want to cheat on them. So you should be like, I don't like you anymore. I'm sorry. I like this other person. I'm breaking up with you. That's just how I feel like you should. If you're gonna cheat, then you should know. Damn, I don't think I like this person anymore. Yeah. You should know that you don't like that person anymore. And if you are gonna cheat and you're living in the same house, you're so disrespectful to bring that person into your house with your wife. Like, she's gonna come back at some point.
Yeah, dude, it's so fucking. Especially she's letting you stay in her fucking damn place. Like, be for real.
Common sense ain't so common. Now, your point of view on cheating. I just think you should know.
I think it's wrong. I always believed it was wrong ever since. But obviously, you know, shit happens. Shit happens. It is what it is. I can't change.
You can't change the past. If you could, you would.
If I could, I would. Me, I ain't gonna lie. It was cheating. I'm gonna count it as cheating. I don't care if he didn't. I do. It was my wrong and all that shit. I blame myself because I knew better. Because
obviously,
my whole life I was like, fuck cheating, fuck this. I'm not gonna end up like, you know.
Yeah.
But
life happens.
Life happens. And I'm not saying what I did was right. But I did what I did because I felt like, you know, I was afraid
to be loved. I truly believe you were afraid to be loved by someone who actually cares about you.
Yeah, because he was the first man to ever. He didn't deserve anything that I put him through. And I did kept trying to break. It was on and off 2 times. So I broke up with him, started talking to another dude because I didn't even care about this dude for shit. But I was scared to be in a relationship with him because my feelings for him were actually feelings real.
Which has never really fully happened.
It never fully happened. So I was like, I'm gonna run away. You know, I'm gonna push that.
Run away from your problems. Which, while this was happening, she was pushing me away.
I was pushing everyone who like was treating me the best away because I wasn't in the best place. And I feel like for me, I feel like I didn't have enough common sense to be like, I shouldn't be in a relationship. You know, I shouldn't. Like, obviously, I did break up with him at the time.
But you just jumped into...
I still went back to him. That was my wrong. I still went back to him because we still kept talking. I should have cut him off. No matter if it was hurting him, it would have been better for the long run. But I was scared.
He would have been hurt less.
I was scared to lose him at the same time. But I didn't want to be in a relationship. I wanted him to lose feelings. First of all. And even if we wasn't broken up, and I still went to another dude, I still consider it cheating. You know, even if we were technically broken up, I still consider it cheating because he still had feelings for me, and I still had feelings for him. So, and he's still committed to me.
The thing is, like you said, during that time, you were in a very
bad place. I should have had enough common sense to be like, no matter how strong my feelings are for this boy, I should focus on myself.
Yeah, but I didn't see, there's where the common sense gets broken. That's why in society, common sense ain't so common because it really depends on the situation on common sense.
Because sometimes your feelings and like how you feel at the moment
affect
your common sense. Your common sense is affected
out the window.
I get that, you know, but you live and you learn.
Yeah,
you live and you fucking learn.
And the thing is, the thing was, when you're in a bad place and you're really pushing everyone away, because during that time I was also in a bad place, so I was kind of letting myself get pushed away.
Yeah.
Because
it was like, it wasn't really known, and we're just like,
I thought during that time I was like, damn, we're in two different schools now. Like last time we were in the same school, but we were in the same school, just different classes. So we saw each other.
We still saw each other. We were still in the same academy.
So I was like, well, damn, I guess this is the end of that friendship. It wasn't, luckily.
Hey.
Hey. But so I was like, okay, I think it's time to let you go. So I was getting pushed away. Thing is, you didn't have no one to be like, bah! Get your ass up and break up with that man because you're
with bad people. Because I was always surrounded by that, So obviously, that's why I'm like, if you grow up with that shit, you're okay with that shit. So if you grow up around like people who hurt you, so obviously you're gonna run back to that.
Because that's all you ever known. That's your comfort.
That's your comfort zone. That's why I feel like a lot of people who are hurt, don't get help because they're okay with that. They find comfort in the sadness. No matter how much is breaking them,
which is why a lot of the times when, let's just say your dad abused your mom, like let's just say someone's dad abused their mom, they're gonna find a relationship where they get abused, but they're not gonna see it as abuse. They're gonna see that I was like, oh, this man loves me because my dad used to do this to my mom. But no, it's not. But it's because I feel like no one was able to teach you that, one, and two. It depends on how you were taught it, because you're either gonna be taught this is love, or sweetie, don't ever get into a relationship like me and his. Either you're gonna be traumatized where you learn from it, or you're gonna be traumatized where you become it.
You keep it going.
Yeah, you don't break the cycle, which is why I say you become what you hate. What you don't like, you become. Especially
like the abuse become the abuser.
Even if you break the cycle, it will never be fully broken because you're still gonna have some personalities. Like I said, I'm exactly like I'm exactly like that person. And as much as I don't like it, I have to accept it, but I have to learn from the person. Like, I can't do this and this. I can't do this because I remember what it was like. But it's like, damn.
There's traits where like I'm like, oh, we're both similar. Like, but then I'm like, I used to like dread that. That used to like fuck me up. I'm like, I see myself.
But the thing is, you're torturing yourself.
Yeah.
Looking at it like that, like you're like,
damn, I'm like him. Like
I'm shit, like that person.
I can't change myself, but you can. You
can still be the person, just
better.
Because if you're gonna look at yourself, that's where it goes to. I am going to off myself.
Or you become the abuser.
Yeah,
or you become exactly like that person.
You either become the abuser, or you like, fuck, I don't want to be that person. I'm gonna end it, and I won't have to be that person. But it's like you lose on the opportunity of
changing yourself.
Yeah, you can literally be like, oh, that sucks, but I know this happened and I remember going through this. I'm gonna do better. I could be better. The thing is, sometimes even though you want to be better, it depends on if you're gonna
do it. If you're gonna
put in the work.
Yeah. If you really, really want to change. If you don't really want to, then you're just gonna be like them. And as much as you hate it, you're just gonna keep hating it if you're not doing nothing to change it.
Yeah. But also, it's a comfort because it's like, I was raised around it, so whatever.
See, I made the choice to like change that shit,
Which now you are happier, correct?
I'm happy. I'm in a good relationship,
Yeah, you're in a good spot at the moment.
I'm in a good spot.
And while me, I feel like I have grown.
Yeah.
And I have learned more about myself, because obviously I talked to 7th grade self. This all happened in 7th grade.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. If I were to talk to my 7th grade self, and if she first saw me, she would probably think, damn, I just went downhill, because it's like, you have dyed hair and stuff, I'm obviously gonna be like, shit, she went through worse. But no, I just became more of happier.
Mm-hmm.
And like, if I told myself, oh, you don't eat red meat anymore, you don't even care to eat regular meat, like you don't care to kill animals anymore, she's gonna be like, but what about the fajita? But it's like, I did that to like myself, which sucks because it's like, but sometimes you have to do that to better yourself. And it was hard becoming a pescatarian because it's like, I'm a picky eater.
Yeah.
But it was like, in the long run, it helped me because now I'm able to eat like a normal human. You know, I'm able to love myself and wear clothes that I like without being insecure about my body or other things in general. Like, I like myself. I love my. I like myself.
Me.
I like myself now. Like, I like my purple hair. I like my style. I feel like my style has
grown.
It
has grown. I've seen it. I've seen it since the beginning. That should grow.
I grew. I can wear makeup now. Like, 7th grade self would be like, what happened to our paint? What happened to that? Or what happened to this? Because we grow and learn. I feel like you have to hit rock bottom
to be able to reach the highest shit.
Yeah, to be able to climb that mountain, you have to hit rock bottom first because you start at the bottom and you go up. Some people are blessed enough not to have to be like, wow, right there.
Yeah. But you know, you have to find out some way or another. You know, I did like almost
end yourself. Whoa there, buddy. That is crazy. Anyways. So it's kind of like weird because of that. To hit rock bottom and then be like, well, here I am. But also I feel like the reason 7th grade could been so hard on, well, we were going through 2 different things. And like, I could tell the green messages.
She's like, good night, baby.
We, at that moment in 7th grade, was our first year being in 2 different schools.
Yeah, physically.
Physically, we were in 2 different schools.
Kind of.
Yeah, because that was during COVID. But also, before, yeah, we hung around. We didn't hang around the same friend groups, but because we saw
each other, we was like, hi, blah blah blah, and we still talk like every single day after school.
But 7th grade, we now, if I were to go to your friend group and you were to go to mine, it would be completely different. But I feel like that's what makes us work, is we're not constantly with each other. We're not constantly nagging each other.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I feel like I'm closest with the people I get space from. Like you. Name.
Anyways,
but yeah, I'm closest with the people, and I feel like my relationship is working because like we both give each other like
space
to hang out with the people we want to hang out with.
I mean, I give props to the people who hang out every single day and don't want to kill each other at the end of it.
I would want to kill you.
But I wouldn't be able to do it.
I can't do
that.
But
Because we just entered that territory, I feel like we were both going through our own thing and not talking to each other. We're like, nah, our friendship, I don't think it's gonna continue.
Yeah, we feel like damn.
No,
I don't even know what the fuck she's doing right now. Like, I don't know if she's even.
We would go, I feel like, a long months, like months, at least. Like, and we didn't even text, TikTok. Yeah. We didn't do none of that. Like, we could go months without talking now, but we would still know about each other because we're either texting on TikTok, like our iMessage. We would be like, "What you doing? Oh, this." I was like, "Oh, all right. I just wanted to check up on you. Bye."
We didn't even do that. We didn't even check up on each other. You had no idea what was going on in relationship. You didn't even know at the time that like
I didn't know. Like, I swear I didn't find out about you till y'all were already a month in, I think. Like, our
Yeah, it was like June. No, that's why we started dating during summer.
and I didn't even know. I'm like, I didn't even know y'all like split up a couple of times.
Yeah, we did.
Cause
A lot of people didn't know. A lot of people thought we were gonna be like together forever. Shit happened. Shit happens.
Life happens.
People still ask in the beginning of the school year, like they still ask me about him. I was like, nah,
we ain't together.
you with a whole new girl. Not anymore,
but because we were going through that I feel like, you know, in every friendship there's that point where it's like, are we still gonna be friends?
Yeah.
That was what we were going through, and then we were going through our own shit. Because I believe during that time I was still trying to figure out, what am I? I was going through a crisis of, what am I? Who am I? Gayness. What's this? And I've just been grounded from summer. I was grounded for the whole summer before in 2020. For that whole summer, which is, so when I came back to you, I was this whole nother person. First off, because I was into anime, and you weren't into anime just yet, or were you?
I think I was.
But you probably
I wasn't into your anime.
Yeah, because I was obsessed with My Hero.
Yeah, I found it.
I'm not as obsessed now. I just have all my I love my decorations. Because I'm not even caught up to the newest season. But I just got into anime, so I was one of those. Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed of my past self. Ooh, I was obsessed with that. I was obsessed with a lot of weird things. I Weird can be used as an insult. I'm not insulting anyone. I like weirdness, but I just got into anime. I didn't know what I was. I didn't know if I like females. I didn't know if I like males. I didn't know what I am. I didn't know what style I was. I still don't know what style I am. I don't think I have a style.
This is mixed.
It's mixed. It depends on my mood. I could be grudgy. I could be tomboy. I could be all of that. But I didn't know me. I feel like you didn't know yourself either in 7th grade.
I knew I liked Hello Kitty. Up to this day.
To this day.
We've been locked in since kindergarten. Y'all, you see my little ass with fucking Hello Kitty backpack.
I've been locked in with Hello Kitty. I'm just not obsessed with it like you.
This Kuromi.
I love Kuromi. I want to punch you.
So yeah, I didn't know myself for shit. I don't think I understood myself for shit. I think because I was like, I wasn't in a good relationship either.
No.
Until we me out of it.
Yeah. You just got out of a bad relationship, and then
I never took time to like work on myself. That was the main thing. I never took time. After like this year was like the first time I really like ever took time to
focus on yourself.
Like, damn, like
you are a fucked up girlfriend. Respectfully, she was a fucked up girlfriend.
Yeah.
But as her best friend, I was just gonna be like, you're dumb, but this, as a best friend, you can never make them do what you want them to do, the right thing. But you could give them that option. It could be like, well, you should do this. Whether she took it or not, which she's hard headed. Mm-hmm. So she never did. It was just kind of like that, and then finally it hits you, and now you're in a good relationship. Yeah. But in 7th grade, we were just both in a fucked up place, and we just.
I was beginning of 8th grade, like it was first semester.
Yeah, 8th grade we were finally slowly getting out of it.
I think like 2nd semester we was, because that was when I fully ended it with Lee.
I think 2nd semester is when we finally were like, this again. And then, but like, during that time, both you went through. I don't even know. Like, I still don't know. I still don't fully.
There was a point where I was like, I'm not telling people shit no more. You know, I still don't. You know, I still tell you shit, but like, I feel like a lot of shit
stays in.
Still, you know, I still find a hard time communicating. I'm gonna be honest with that. Even with.
Well, obviously, my baby. I do too, because we just. I was raised to communicate, But also at the same time, I don't like being judged. So communication's like, if I don't tell you shit, you can't judge me.
Never raised emotions were not a thing you know.
It depends on what parent I was talking to. If I talk to my dad's just like, shake it off. You'll be fine. Be a man. My mom was like, okay, well, tell me how you feel. But she was like that because she was raised with no communication, no trust.
Yeah, I am.
I think that's why my mom has a soft spot for you.
You know, so like, I mean, I know, there's times I think I'm better at it now. I think I talked that out with Leo. You know, he was like, he told me like it's good that I changed. You know, we ended on. I feel like now we ended on good terms. We're not talking at all. We don't talk at all. Like after that last conversation, it was just then we cut each other off. Never looked at each other. We don't even follow each other. None of that shit.
Which is good. It's healthier.
Yeah.
Like, I understand people could be friends with their exes, but at the same time, that's not. I feel like it's not healthy. Because are you ever gonna?
How you end
yeah, it depends. But are you ever fully gonna move on from that person if you ended it on not the best terms?
Exes can't be friends. I don't care. Exes can't. I feel like it should depend, but I feel like at the end of the day, exes can't be friends, especially if you go into another relationship. You know, because not gonna work.
You just gotta at the same. You also gotta know if that person's toxic. You should be able to. You should know to cut them off, whether you do it or not. Like, I know you're not always gonna cut off that person, especially if they mean something to you. But you should also be like, "Fuck, that person
treating me like shit.
I gotta cut him off." But also at the same time, it's like, do I really want to cut this person off? I love him, or I love her, or whatever. You know.
You know, there was times where like I text you like.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was like, like he seemed like off because like obviously we had the same class, so I was like, he went to the nurse and blah blah blah, and like obviously I still cared at the time because like it was like a 1 month that we were broken up already, or like 1 or 2 months. Like obviously I still cared about him, but at the end of the day I knew like if I kept talking to him, if I talked to him again, there was a chance where like
you're gonna get back.
Yeah, and I was like, bro,
I feel like that also was a thing is when you finally were fixing yourself, you fixed yourself for the wrong person. Because I'm being honest, if you never would have broke things off with that person, you could have went back to rock bottom because he was so toxic. But you loved.
I cared about
you
him.
Cared about him. I wouldn't say love.
I liked him like a lot. Like, I knew him the best. Out of all y'all, I knew him the best. So obviously I liked him the best.
Like I said, I just didn't. I know how they think, so I'm like, nah, I can't trust you. But me being your friend, I'm not gonna be like, break up with his ass. Break up with his ass.
Everyone else is like, break up with him. Blah,
I feel like, cause for me, it's like,
I get why they say it.
I get why they say it, but also at the same time, if you're gonna tell me break up with them, I'm not gonna do it because I'm petty. I'm a petty person. Literally, if you ask, basketball. If you ask him, he's like, oh, if you want Kay to do something, tell her the opposite. Because I'm a petty person. I don't want to do something because you're telling me to do it. Mm-hmm. So I feel like if I don't tell you, I could tell you all the things wrong with that person. I could give you reasons to do it, but I'm never going to say, break up with his ass.
I knew the reason, but me, I have my mom's tendency, so obviously I see the good in people, and obviously I saw parts of him
that I feel like that's a good thing, but for me,
y'all saw like all the shouldn't be an excuse.
In general, I always see when I become friends with people, or in general, I always see the bad in it. I can find the bad in everyone. I'm not.
I see the bad in me all the time.
I can see the bad in everyone, but being that I have learned, I have also learned to see the good in everyone too. But I'm gonna see the bad first. because I have my mom's intuition of hi, oh hi. I'm not gonna like that person. She seems like petty or something. You know, my intuition of I could tell when I'm gonna like or not like someone. And because I have that, I always I could see the bad in everyone. But I could find good in people. It just depends on me. But I'm also a very shy person when I first meet anyone.
I always try to find a good in people because I feel like that's the one thing that I got from my mom. Like she could, like I said, she had like the same intuition as y'all. Like she could see the bad. She didn't like him, but she didn't like force me to stop talking to him or like be like, oh, I don't like him. She didn't tell me until like after.
Yeah.
So, you know, I feel like she get like, I still was trying to see the good in him because there are good parts of him. Like, I'm not saying like he's a full on bad person, but I feel like some things that he needs to work on. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna.
But
say,
yet
like,
again,
he's
at the
a fully bad person.
same time, it's like if
he got hurt too. I understand. That's why I had a soft spot for him because
you knew his trauma.
like I get how he felt. Like I just got recently heartbroken before him, so I was like, I get you.
But at the same time, common sense.
It shouldn't be an excuse
for how he treated you.
Yeah, he didn't treat me bad. That's what I'm saying. Like he didn't treat me the worst. He just was very controlling, and like I said,
You don't like being controlled.
Especially if I feel like you don't have the right to do it. Especially if you don't give me good reasons, because I always need a reason behind it. You're not gonna tell me to do this and blah blah and cut this person off for no reason, unless it's like some boy flirting with me. Yeah, obviously I'm gonna cut them off.
But like communication's key in anything. Like that's like the cheesiest thing to say because everyone says it. Communication's key, but it really is key. But it's also like I feel like what people don't say is communication's key, but it's the hardest part of a relationship. Because it really do be the hardest part.
Because you're afraid of what they're saying or how it will end up. If they don't get your point of view, then if they don't try to,
if they don't have an open mind,
yeah.
If you have an open mind, you probably work it out better because then you're like, okay, I understand that, but I still feel this way, this way. Well, we're just gonna have to agree to disagree.
Or you like, try to find compromise.
A compromise, yeah. But most people are like, bitch, get the fuck out of my house then.
I used to be like that. I mean, like, fuck you. Fuck,
yo,
fuck that bitch. Okay, go text her.
Go ahead, go be that hoe.
Go. I'm gonna go to.
Well, but I feel like it all.
It's like the pettiness in me.
Yeah. It all comes back to how you were raised. Anything comes back to how you were raised, which is weird because you would think because we were raised very. We were raised very different. I was literally raised in a typical Hispanic house.
I wasn't raised.
Shut the fuck up. Are you crying from laughing so hard? You look like your tears are forming.
It's just getting emotional, man.
I swear it's water, y'all.
I swear it's just the water. I'm sipping it. It's going to my eyes.
Like I was saying, I was raised in a typical Hispanic household as a Hispanic daughter. Go, Alexis.
I was.
Stop being a whore.
I don't even know how I was raised.
Well, we weren't raised in. Well,
I was raised to like to where. Yeah, I was raised.
You were raised.
I wasn't
freedom.
really raised. Yeah, I was really raised like.
You raised yourself.
Yeah, I basically did like all the shit. Like mindset, my mindset is like grown. I built my mindset. like how I think and my opinions. A lot of my opinions, my mom don't agree with.
That's crazy.
Like, but she's still not gonna be like blah 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 blah. She's still not gonna. She doesn't force me. That's what I like about her. Like, that's where the freedom part.
Yeah.
I get to believe in whatever, even if she doesn't believe in it. I'm like, okay, that's cool. So I was.
You weren't raised with strict parents. I'm still raised with strict parents. I feel like you have to agree with me on they have become more lenient.
Yeah.
But that could be the just simple fact of I'm in high school. I'm gonna do shit whether you like it or not. But then at the same time, it's like I agree with your mom of she gives you freedom
because she knows. I think that's the one thing she taught me. I know right from wrong. That's what I'm saying, like common sense. I know right from wrong. I've seen the wrong.
I know.
I've seen the wrong. The wrong. I've seen it. I've seen it with my eyes. But I've seen the wrong and I've seen the right. I know right from wrong. I know better. I know what's the better choice to pick. And if I pick the wrong, I better know how to get my ass out of it.
I know right from wrong, but also at the same time, my parents were raised with freedom. So they're like, I did all this shit.
So you
can't do this. You can't do that. Because they're gonna think I'm gonna be exactly like them. But the thing is, you have to be able to teach your kid.
Oh, no.
That looks very, very interesting. Someone meme that. I feel like they should be able to trust me enough to be like, I'm gonna hope my child's not gonna do this. But they were like, nah, I'm gonna be strict on her. One, it's because I'm a female, which I can't blame my mom because of the way she was raised. She's obviously gonna be like, you can't walk by yourself. I'm not allowed to walk from school to home, especially after I told you what's in my neighborhood. Remember? She's like, you're a female. You don't walk alone ever.
I agree with that. My mom agrees with that.
Yeah. Which is why she takes.
I feel like that's word life.
Which is why she takes me home and stuff. My mom, but also at the same time, it's like yeah, I shouldn't walk alone. I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't do that. And I understand some parts, but also on other parts, I feel like you're just being overprotective. Because with the Instagram thing, like I'm not allowed to have. I'm not allowed to have Instagram. But why do I have TikTok? Why do you let me have TikTok? You can go private on Instagram. I could follow you. I'm willing to follow my parent on Instagram if I'm allowed to have it. But for some reason, they don't want me to have it, and I find it a little dumb. TikTok, I had since before I met you, because I had Musically.
Yeah.
They weren't on that. That was a public space, but it's like you can't have Instagram. Snapchat, I'm not allowed to have, but I understand Snapchat because you can delete messages on there. You automatically delete messages, so it's kind of like I understand, but at the same time, it's like you have to know where to be strict at and where not to be strict at. You know. This is a crazy first episode. That's how you. Well, I feel like this could probably be split into more episodes, more than one episode, like parts. Episode 1 is in parts,
and I'm gonna swear.
Yeah, which isn't a bad thing. I feel like because the first one was we're talking about gays, and then we moved into like cheating and stuff, and then we moved into like family trauma. That's the wrap for episode 1. I don't know which part you're at. Yeah, it's a lot of parts. Most likely, it's gonna be in different parts. This is about to be an hour long. We could really just sit here and talk all day. But I hope y'all enjoyed it. Like, I hope y'all are interested in what we talk about. Don't judge us too hard. We teenagers. I'm 15.
I have the right to my own opinion.
Oh, leave us alone. But tell us your opinions in the comments. Don't start a fight over it, though. Don't be fighting. Don't be fighting, because that's just dumb. That was like the whole point of that. So, Alexis, till we see you again. Bye, y'all.
I like fingers crossed.
That's fine. Your feet isn't really shown.
I have pretty feet, y'all.
Oh my god. Wow! What is with our podcast? This is getting cut out again. Anyways.
I'm not allowed to have battery.
Literally. Like, excellent. I'm so glad I'm cutting all of this in.